Hello and welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. This is your host Ram, coming back to you. I know that I've not been regular with my cricket show, unfortunately, due to a very tough situation prevailing at home. And I have to say that yes, I was not able to come, but I'm sure you guys are watching me on Twitter. As well as I said, I have launched my own cricket website, but again, it is not full of any photos or anything, but at least I'm posting something, I'm doing some writing on my cricket website. You can always have a look at that. It's uh, cricket-status.com. So that is my website name, and also there is also, if at all anyone wants to advertise on my cricket website, there is also a space for that. So if at all you're interested, you're always free to talk to me. You can always send me an email. So and we can discuss about what the rates or whatever the case may be. Now that is something which is secondary. What I would like to tell on this particular show of mine, and we are talking about the marquee match which happened, and as you know, this particular match everyone was waiting for, and we all know how what an arch rivalry it is between India and Pakistan when it gets on to the cricket field, and we all know that at the start of the World Cup, just before the World Cup began in 2019, began in England. The news was that this particular game between India and Pakistan, which today ended at Manchester in Old Trafford, was a complete sellout. Well, it definitely lived up to the expectation. The only thing that was lacking is that the match did not go the full distance, and the match was decided by a Duckworth Lewis method due to the rain. And in the end, India won by a very good. Had a very good victory, and even if the Duckworth Lewis was not into effect, I thought India had this game absolutely under control after putting up a big total on the board, and then finally Pakistan had a real struggle in their hands once Babar Azam's wicket was taken by a beautiful delivery from Kuldeep Yadav. And by this particular win, so India winning once again. So this is the seventh time that India has beaten Pakistan in a World Cup, and the jinx of Pakistan never winning in a World Cup match against India still remains, and definitely Pakistan would have hoped this time with their very good team that they have, that they could do that, but unfortunately, once again the Indian batting and bowling proving far more superior to the Pakistan team. Well, so congratulations to India, and India are doing well. India are now ranked second in the standings in the World Cup. Australia is number one with 8 points. India is seven. I reckon it is New Zealand who are in other. They are 7 points. So India definitely living up to the expectations of the fans and also the World Cup expectations of the World Cup. Now, so I'm going to talk about the game. So basically, talking about the game today, it was a good toss to win, and especially Sarfraz Ahmed, the Pakistan captain, actually won the toss, and a bit of a surprise we thought when he decided that he invited India to bat first, and both the teams, after looking at the pitch and also probably looking at the circumference of the ground, probably decided that they would go with two genuine spinners. So Pakistan went with Shadab Khan, the leggy, and Imad Wazim, the left arm spinner. India were going with their two very expert spinners, leggy Yuzendra Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav, the Chinaman bowler, left armer. Now, looking at the game here, India had a new opener as Shikhar Dhawan was not taking part in this, as we all know. KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma opened the innings. It was a nice spell from Mohammad Amir. Mohammad Amir was getting the ball to shape away from the batsman, and he was also putting a sort of doubt into the batsman's mind, especially KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, as to, I mean, they were in two minds whether the ball is going to actually swerve in or it is going to shape away from them. But I thought they stood that spell very well. They decided that Mohammad Amir was the key over there, so they decided to see him off and not take any risk with him. But they decided to go after Hassan Ali. Now, Hassan Ali in this World Cup has been pretty off color after the showing that he had in the Champions Trophy. He has been having a very lean time in the World Cup, and he definitely looked well in patches. I mean, he had, I would say, two deliveries which probably went close to the stumps of Rohit Sharma, two identical deliveries. But other than that, he definitely was not bowling well. He actually was pitching the ball short, and he was getting the treatment from KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. And KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma went on to a wonderful partnership. They started off well for India with a 136 runs partnership, which happened in 23.5 overs, which was well done. And finally, the bowling was in the hands of Mohammad Amir, Hassan Ali, Wahab Riaz. The spinners, I thought Imad Wazim was doing a good job. Shadab Khan initially got a clatter of 17, but then came well. I thought the spinners did a good job in the middle. They went and suddenly started putting a bit of a break on the Indians, and that was the time the first wicket went when KL Rahul, after reaching his 50, out for 57 of 78 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes in that, when Rahul actually gave a very tame catch to Babar Azam of the bowling of Wahab Riaz. In fact, Wahab Riaz and Mohammad Amir was warned twice of running onto the pitch, and the third warning would have had them not bowling. Wahab Riaz was given a warning for 2 consecutive balls of running on the pitch, and he also could have probably not taken any further part in the game, but fortunate for him that both of them finally got through that. And Wahab Riaz, it was a sort of he decided to come round the wicket, and with the very first delivery he struck when KL Rahul actually gave a tame catch to Babar Azam, but played a good hand. One thought 57 of 78 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes. Virat Kohli walked in to join Rohit Sharma, was very well settled, and he was going on in his merry fashion. And Rohit Sharma was definitely looking good and looked like whenever he plays big, and he definitely played big. And Rohit Sharma was joined in by Virat Kohli, and then one more partnership followed. This time it was a close to 100-run partnership. It was a 98-run partnership which ensued between Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli for the second wicket. And Rohit Sharma was looking good, and before Rohit Sharma also fell to, after reaching his century, he started he was looking very, very good. Look at his knock. I mean, he was not taking much risk, but his sublime batting, the way he does it, taking the singles, the twos, the odd boundary, odd sixes, and Rohit Sharma did it beautifully. I thought 140 of 113 deliveries, which included 14 fours and 3 sixes. Another team dismissal, as Rohit Sharma probably didn't notice that the mid-on and come a bit up front. I thought mid-off, I suppose, and it was Wahab Riaz who actually took a very, very easy catch. Actually, it was a scooped straight shot to fine leg, and it was the end of Rohit Sharma. But what a knock from Rohit Sharma! 140, 113 deliveries, 14 fours and 3 sixes. Now Virat Kohli was joined in by Hardik Pandya. Pandya was promoted in the batting order as expected, with India in the driver's seat at that time, with a score on 234 for 2. Pandya came in, and Pandya definitely provided some glimpses as he crashed 26 of 19, 2 fours and 1 6. Virat Kohli was going on in a nice manner. Dhoni was, and Mohammad Amir coming on to his second spell. Hardik Pandya going for the helicopter shot of his, fell on the helicopter shot as the ball actually, it was hit very well. In fact, Hardik Pandya was surprised by a shot when he hit Hassan Ali, and the ball, he hit it with tremendous power, and ball actually went on the back of the wicket and settled down for a 6, and Hardik Pandya himself could not believe it. Could not help himself laughing but that was a shot he fetched in the six. Other than that, he had two fours, and Mohammad Amir took him on the helicopter shot when Babar Azam took a catch inside the fence. Dhoni could not do much, definitely trying to slog one. Was caught by Sarfraz Ahmed of the bowling Mohammad Amir. But Kohli continued, and then there was a rain interruption. There was a possibility of the overs being pruned due to the rain, but unfortunately, nothing of that sort happened. He went the whole hog of 50 overs when the match resumed. Kohli was out for 77 of 65 deliveries to the bowling Mohammad Amir, and Vijay Shankar was not out on 15 of 15 with one boundary. Jadhav was not on 9 of 8, and India had totaled up a very, very good total. And probably one thought India were probably 25-30 run short on this particular pitch, because it was as a belter, as a perfect batting pitch, and one thought that India could have probably a 350, 360. But nevertheless, 336, and Mohammad Amir, as I said, definitely the pick of the bowlers, bowled brilliantly. 10 overs, 47 runs and 3 wickets. Hassan Ali, 9 overs, 1 for 84, was very, very costly. Continued his has been the costliest bowler for Pakistan in the World Cup. Hassan Ali. Wahab Riaz, 10 overs, 1 for 71. Imad Wazim did a good job, 10 overs, 49. Shah Rukh Khan, 9 overs, 1 for 61. Shoaib Malik bowled a solitary over for 11, and Mohammad Hafiz bowled a solitary over just for 11 runs. Now Pakistan were given a target of 337, but as I said, rain came in, so let's have a look at the chase of the Pakistanis. Imam ul Haq and Fakhar Zaman started. They started very watchfully with Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah bowling a very good line, especially Bhuvneshwar Kumar was bowling a great line, and what a tragedy that he had to go out of the bowling thing and not take any further part with a niggle after pulling a hamstring, and finally this partnership, the breakthrough was brought, and that was the time. It was a sort of a blessing in disguise when Bhuvneshwar Kumar had to leave the ground in the midst of his 2.4 overs, and there were 2 more balls to be bowled, which had to be completed, and Kohli actually tossed the ball to Vijay Shankar. The all-rounder was playing in place of Shikhar Dhawan, and what a proud moment for him. He kept the ball right up to the batsman. The ball was pitched in line, and just a bit of a nip, one could say, and it hit the pads, and Imam ul Haq was walking back to the pavilion, played a nice shot in the previous over, but Vijay Shankar could not believe it. In the very first delivery in the World Cup, he picked up a wicket, that of Imam ul Haq. LBW bowled Shankar, and it was a great feeling for India, because Shankar had provided the breakthrough. 7 of 18 deliveries, 1 for Imam ul Haq on his way back to the pavilion. Imam ul Haq was gone, and Pakistan were 13 for 1. But after that, Fakhar Zaman, who was beaten a couple of times, definitely, as I said, Bumrah and Kumar were doing a good job. But after Kumar went, we had Vijay Shankar coming into bowl, but Bumrah was doing a good job as well, as things started moving on. And from that time on, Babar Azam came in, and Babar Azam definitely showed what a classic player he is. He's a pretty good driver of the ball, and whenever he used to stroke the ball, to an absolute nicety. At the other end, Fakhar Zaman was living his life. He was definitely playing some strokes as well. He was hitting a few boundaries as well, as Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam got to work, which they did it very well, and they got the partnership going, and the spinners were into action, with Hardik Pandya bowling in fact, not bowling a tight line. Hardik Pandya probably could have bowled a better line than that. Kuldeep Yadav came into the mix, and the spinners, the double spin operation started with Kuldeep Yadav and Uzendra Chahal operating in either end. And Kuldeep Yadav was definitely difficult to pick. They had to actually read him from his hand, no doubt about it. And probably there was a few run out, and just wanting to talk about Pakistan fielding. Pakistan fielding also, I thought, left a lot to be desired. There was a few run out chances that they missed, and it was not a very good picture, I reckon. As far as the Pakistan batsman is concerned, Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam went on. Babar Azam drove the ball superbly. Fakhar Zaman also did a good job, and it was a partnership of 113 runs for the second wicket, which was doing the job for Pakistan, one reckons, because from 13 for 1 in the fifth over, the score went on 117. So 113 runs partnership, and pretty well done. It was almost like a 18, 19 overs which were occupied, and it was done very well. Babar Azam, as I said, really looked very classy in his knock. He contributed 48, and things were looking much better for Pakistan at the stage, because after this partnership actually started, but then suddenly things started happening. Suddenly this Pakistan innings went into a real tailspin at the time. There was a threat of rain as well, and then the problem started. Kuldeep Yadav produced a wonderful delivery. What a delivery from Kuldeep Yadav. The ball actually, Babar Azam was offering a defensive prod to it. The ball actually had a bit of pace in it. It had a bit of drift, and the ball turned as well, and Babar Azam could not do anything. He was left gaping. There was a gaping hole left between bat and pad, and Babar Azam was clingboard by Kuldeep Yadav for 48 of 83 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6. And after that, the next wicket to go was Fakhar Zaman. He was kept quiet by Kuldeep Yadav, and then Fakhar Zaman got a ball which the only way that he could do was to try to sweep the ball. He tried to sweep the ball, he top-edged the ball, and Fakhar Zaman was also walking back to the pavilion. Kuldeep Yadav triggered it. Fakhar Zaman has gone caught charge over Kuldeep Yadav for 62 of 112 deliveries, of 75 deliveries, 7 fours and 1 second. This was the best partnership by a Pakistan pair in a World Cup, and that was the record, 113 runs put between Babar Azam and Fakhar Zaman. So 3 wickets down, the score at 126 for 3, and then Mohammad Hafiz came in, hit one very good 6 at the bowling of Chahal. Hardik Pandya was brought into the attack. There was a good captaincy by Virat Kohli to bring in Hardik Pandya into the mix, and Hardik Pandya, he bowled a nothing delivery. The ball was definitely left him hit, and Mohammad Hafiz is a good flicker of the ball. The ball was a sort of a ball which was a sort of a long hop, one could say, and Mohammad Hafiz tried to capitalize by trying to flick it around, and Vijay Shankar taking the catch. The ball was in the air, and Mohammad Hafiz has gone up from 9 of 7 deliveries with 1 6. In walked then Shoaib Malik with Sarfraz Ahmed at the crease, and Shoaib Malik, for the very first delivery, was totally surprised. He could not even believe it. As the very first delivery, he was going back to the pavilion with a golden duck. There was some extra bounce. Hardik, as you know, is a bowler who hits the deck well. The ball actually bounced, and there was a bit of pace also onto that. And Malik was trying to push the ball from the crease, and he was surprised by the bounce as the ball actually went on to hit the timber. And suddenly, this Pakistan innings, when Babar Azam and Fakhar Zaman were batting, trying to take control, it was totally shattered as the score read 129 for 5 in 27 overs, and the Indians were absolutely ecstatic, no doubt about it, because they sensed that now the match was definitely getting into their hands. Sarfraz Ahmed could not do much. He made a sort of a frustration stroke at the bowling of Vijay Shankar, trying to drive him, and that was it. Tried to drive expansively, and he lost his leg stump. Sarfraz Ahmed was on for 12, and then finally, there was a rain interruption. The target was 302. It was 40 overs. They reached to that 302, and it was always going to be tough. And they were left with an onerous Duckworth-Lewis task, where they had to score 130 runs in 5 overs, which we knew it is going to be a non-event. And finally, Imad Wasim did a good job there, staying with Sarfraz, and also finally till the final thing when Pakistan lost this match by the Duckworth-Lewis method. 212 for 6 was what the Pakistan tallied. Imad Wasim was on 46 of 39, 6 boundaries in that. He played well, I thought. He plays the strokes down the ground pretty well, and hits it with tremendous power, which is good to see. Shadab Khan also did a good job, not around 20 or 14 balls with 1 boundary. Now I was looking at the bowling. Kumar, as I said, India was crippled with Kumar going, but that didn't really matter. Vijay Shankar came to the party, 5.2 overs, nobody, 22 runs and 2 wickets. Jasprit Bumrah, I thought a bit on the costlier side today. It was no man not for 52. Hardik Pandya did a very good job. It was to 44. Kuldeep Yadav was definitely the best of the bowlers. 9 overs, 1 maiden, 32 runs and 2 wickets. Chahal, 7 overs, went for 53, but still he did a good job as well. And Rohit Sharma, without a shadow of doubt, was definitely the man of the match. Well, dear fans and subscribers, so Pakistan once again, the jinx remains. Pakistan continues to lose against India in the World Cup, and they have never won against India in the World Cup. And the jinx continues for Pakistan. India, congratulations. Pakistan definitely did not put up a much. I mean, one would have probably thought Pakistan to be more competitive, but unfortunately, that was not the case. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that really brings an end to this cricket show of mine today. Hope you all loved it and enjoyed it. And my next broadcast hopefully will be slated, but as I said, even if you're missing me on, probably if I'm not able to do a cricket show on YouTube, you can always go onto my cricket Twitter. My Twitter, you can go onto the tweets, and I would also request a lot of people who really love my cricket show, love my cricket tweets, to go over there and join me as followers on Twitter. And the reason that I say that is because now I've been following 5,000 followers, and Twitter has a sort of a cap on that. So it requires on the ratio. So I do have only 1,023 followers, but definitely if anyone tries to, the more followers that I have, it will enable me to get more followers. So currently, due to my Twitter followers, I mean, because I'm having 5,000 that I'm following right now, I'm not in a position to actually add any. I can't follow anybody. So it's a sincere request, if you love my cricket show, and I would implore you all to go there and follow me on Twitter, so that I can actually add more followers on Twitter, in the sense others can actually follow me. So that is a very simple thing that I would like to ask you from you all, dear friends, subscribers. A very sincere request, if you could do it, that would be great. Thanks for your company, and thanks for your support as always. And tomorrow's game, pitch West Indies taking on London, should be a very nice game of cricket coming up. Thanks for your company as always, and this is your host Ram, signing off this on a Sunday. Thank you.